everybody. Welcome to the fifth installment of the Socially Unacceptable podcast.
Wait, where's the really cool music?
That comes after. That's all.
Oh.
That's all. That all happens after. I'm sorry.
That gets edited in.
Yeah, it gets edited in. Thank you for asking that, Steven. This would be the part where we would plug our sponsor, if we had one. So if you're interested in sponsoring our podcast, contact us via Twitter, and we'll get right around to that.
Thank you, Crystal Fieldhouse, for sponsoring the podcast.
So for those of you that are new to the podcast, my name's Connor. We have two pretty regular hosts that are with us again this week. Chris, you want to say hi?
What's up?
And Rory.
Hey, what's going on?
And then this week we've got two of our other buddies that are on for the first time. We've got Eric.
Hey.
And Steven.
Hello.
So, we're going to start this episode like we
With
all...
the Master Ninja theme song, right? Am I right? No.
No, you're not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That joke did not go over as well as you thought it was going.
I need Phil here. No, because I want to do it. Okay.
What has everybody been up to? I know we've got two guys. This is the first time they've been on, so just kind of give us a little bit about yourself if you want to, or just let us know what you've been up to recently. I don't know who wants to start. Can go ahead and go right for it.
Yeah, I'll kick this one off. To answer your question, I'm 6'5", 250, white male. Living down in North Carolina right now, and been doing a little surfing and working. So yeah.
Very nice. Did you just learn how to surf recently?
I surfed intermediately last summer, but I'm getting to the point where I can catch a wave every 2 times, which is good.
That's really good. From what I understand, surfing's really difficult to learn how to do. That's cool. That's cool that you can do that. Where are you working at?
It's Wilmington, North Carolina. It's for GE. Yeah.
Oh, fancy. Damn. Anybody else? Steve, what have you been up to?
Well, I just finished my 3rd week of school at Sacred Heart for a theology degree.
Very nice.
Be a religious teacher, and I'm not at monk status yet. I'm only at Crusader right now. But
Why don't you let everybody know what you're doing right now, in case you just start randomly talking to other people, so that nobody's confused. What are you doing this exact moment? This exact second?
This exact moment, I am driving in the car, and I'm gonna be going grocery shopping, and it'll be great fun.
Okay, all right. I appreciate that. Now everybody knows.
This podcast is gluten-free for the record.
Rory and Chris, you guys have any news since last week? I know Chris wasn't on last week, so it's been a couple weeks since we've heard from him. But you guys, any fun stuff?
Yeah, nothing much too new. I'm going to be volunteering for my 2nd time in the hospital tomorrow, so looking forward to that. I took a genetics class in the last semester. I'm taking another one right now, and I actually got my first exam back yesterday, and I got a 79, which was a C. But when I got the physical test back, I only got 3 wrong. So I was like, "Hey, this looks like a 90," and he was like, "You're right, this is a 90." So that was pretty cool.
Wait, is this the class that you told us? I feel like you told us on an earlier episode.
The exam
that it was
3 hours?
Yeah, a 3-hour exam or something.
Oh, yeah, it was a 3-hour exam.
So you only got 3 wrong in 3 hours? Man, that's pretty good accuracy.
It was hype.
Chris, what's going on with you?
Oh, just the old wisdom teeth. We've talked about this.
Yep, we have. So you got just 2 out, right?
Just 2. I got my bottom ones out 2 years ago, and then they said, "Hey, you won't have to get your top one. You won't have to get your top ones out." And then year and a half later, surprise, we were wrong.
Birthday.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. So, a strictly liquid diet this week, as of up until tonight for dinner. So that's been pretty exciting.
What are you eating?
Yeah, I was saying, what is a liquid system?
I have in the last 3 days only consumed applesauce, tomato soup, pudding, and that might be it.
You didn't have any yogurt or anything like that?
Oh yeah, yogurt too. Yes, yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah. So those 4 things.
How much weight have you lost?
In 3 days?
No, I don't know.
Steven wants to know what not to do.
I've eaten a solid 1 bowl of soup per day. for
Listen,
like 3 days.
Steven is the exact opposite of Eric. Eric is 6'5", 250. Steven is like 6'3", like 130, like soaking wet. So
Soaking wet with
25
heavy water.
what'd you say, Steve?
I said I gained 20 pounds. I'm 150 now.
Okay, my bad. The 20-year-old man who weighs 150 pounds.
Quick segue.
Hey,
Did we
I'm
ever?
21.
I feel like this came up once. Does Steven actually weigh more than Phil now?
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
So not only does Phil have the worst haircut imaginable, but he doesn't weigh anything.
Eric, did you listen to last week's podcast?
I have not yet.
Okay, so
I went back and
It's
listened
worth-
to
yeah.
it. I went back and listened to it, and it's the best thing looking at the pictures side by side.
Dude, it's like,
Okay.
like we weren't like making anything up. It's actually real. For those of you,
basically, yeah, Eric, go back and listen to it. But we figured out that Phil's had the exact same haircut for like what, 7 years?
6 years. Yeah.
6 years.
We know like, that we can prove it's been 6 years. If we better guess would be probably closer to 8 or 9, but we can prove 6 years based on the available photographic evidence. But yeah, so needless to say, go back and listen to episode 4 if you're interested in all that. We rip into Phil. It was awesome. So, all right, does anybody have anything else interesting or fun that's happened to them? Or are we looking at our first topic?
First topic.
Let's go.
All right.
First
Up to it.
All right, so our very first thing we're going to talk about, we're not starting with a gaming or a sports thing like we normally do. There is an article online, and I'm sure you can find it if you just search Fat Dog Luxury Camp. So this is
That's what
for,
I'm normally looking up anyway. So
this is for all you dog lovers out there, which I think most of us are dog people, right? Is anybody in here a cat person?
Oh, fuck
Hell-
cats.
Hail Hitler.
I know where.
First of all, have you guys gone to
Oh.
Kittlers.com?
No one has.
I can't say I have though.
Hitler. Are you
They
trying?
got it's this entire site dedicated to cats that look like Hitler.
Why?
People have too much time.
well, I just looked it up and it said it's the domain names for sale. So I don't think it was too lucrative.
What? Wait, it's not active anymore? I just
Or
looked
you're-
it up like
or
You
you're-
should buy it, Steve.
You're breaking Steven's heart right now.
Oh man.
Okay, anyway. Spa for fat dogs. Okay, so this is located in Morristown, New Jersey. It's called the Morris Animal Inn. So basically, it's a hotel for dogs that is also a dog, like, fitness center or spa, I guess. So just to give everybody an idea of, like, the prices that they've got, so they have different exercise packages that range from athlete, which costs $40 a day, to the Olympian package, which is $100 a day, and that is not including the $45 lodging fee per day. So you can pay roughly $150 a day to just leave your dog at this place, and then they'll just work out. Like they work your dog out.
You want to know what the saddest part about this whole story is? Is
What?
that the people that will pay $150 a day to have their dog worked out there are all the fat people who don't want to go take their dog out.
Like
Ooh.
yeah, that's like the thing. It's like how hard is it to walk your dog for like 20-30 minutes a day, and then your dog's just not fat anymore? Like that's problem solved.
Dude, if I have to spend half an hour to walk my dog, when am I going to eat my Big Macs?
Yeah. Jeez. Like,
You can do it
Donald
at the
Trump
same
takes-
time, though.
Donald
Yeah.
Trump takes Chris Christie out twice a day.
One of the quotes from this article, which this article is just as dumb, like it is perfect, it's just as dumb as the idea itself. It says, so Lola is a dog. It says, when Lola first arrived, trainers put her on a canine treadmill and ran her up and down a set of stairs. Afterward, she was rewarded with a healthy treat, a mixture of yogurt, string beans, carrots, and granola. Then she paddled laps in the indoor heated pool, kept afloat by a dog-sized life jacket. Apparently this dog is so fat that she can't even stay afloat without a life jacket. On other occasions, Montgomery, who I'm guessing is one of like the physicians here, or trainers, said dogs take part in aquatic games like Barco Polo.
I'm gonna go jump in a volcano.
Like this is where we're at. It's a fat camp for dogs. If you find this article, the article is called "Inside the Luxury Fat Camp for America's Wealthiest Dogs." The very first picture you see is just this blob that like slightly resembles a dog.
Dude, if I ever really make it, just like contact me and I'll pay for your dogs to go here. Like it's no problem.
Not only is it a workout facility, it's also like a It's like a legit spa. They have pedicures, blueberry facials, and baby powder belly rubs. Like this is like a legit.
For just dogs or for people?
No. Come on, no. Just for dogs. People aren't. No. There's no
Idiot.
There's no people here.
Like, dress me up and call me Sparky. Like, I'm in.
It's like, obesity for children is discussed. Obesity for people is discussed. But our animals are our children, and we are responsible for them. I'm her mother, and I feel responsible for her health and well-being.
So I'm gonna pay somebody else to take care
I'm
of
gonna
it.
pay somebody else to do it for me. Exactly. Like it just blows my mind that this is an actual thing. And I guarantee they make a ton of money.
This is why the terrorists hate
yeah.
us.
Is it why the terrorists hate us?
Yeah, because of this.
Right, because we don't eat.
It's like 5 cents a day to feed a kid, apparently, and we're putting hundreds of 5 cents to not feed our dogs.
No, they give them granola and string bean and yogurt smoothies so that they can lose weight, obviously.
How long do you think it takes for this dog to lose weight, like to be fit or an Olympian, I guess you'd say? Because like, let's say it's $100 a day. That's for like a year. That's $36,000 on the low end. You know.
This is okay. I'm gonna read this because it doesn't say the amount of time, but it says Lola, who again is the dog I guess they're like talking about, is a miniature dachshund who once tipped the scales at 28 pounds. She's since slimmed down to 22 pounds. And then it says the ideal weight for a miniature dachshund is 11 pounds. This dog was at 20. Like, I can't even imagine what a miniature dachshund that weighs almost 3 times as much as it's supposed to, like what that even looks like.
It looks like the blob at the top of the screen.
This is rotund.
Okay.
Holy shit, that dog looks unhappy. I'm looking at it right now.
I can't tell if it's sleeping or not.
No, it's absolutely not sleeping. It's literally just it can't support itself on its legs, so it just has to roll around. But yeah, like I don't know. Would you guys? I guess if you had a fat dog and I guess if you couldn't like run it, I guess if you like didn't have the time, would you take it to one of these places or would you figure something else out?
What am I doing with all this time?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just like I'm trying to be devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Like if you didn't have the time and you had a fat dog and you wanted it to be less overweight, would you take it here or just like this is?
Isn't there already an established, like, I don't know if you can call it business or an established practice of just like paying someone to walk your dog? Don't people walk like 5 or 6 dogs at a time for like extra money?
Yeah. There's dog walkers and stuff like that.
Which
So
costs
why-
like what, $5 a day or something?
Yeah.
Probably
don't-
something like that.
They don't give your dog smoothies.
Exactly. Well, they don't give them baby powder belly rubs. So, like, what's the point, right?
If my dog was fat, I would just put it on Steven's diet.
There you go. Steven, what's your diet?
My diet is no sugar,
He's shocked.
no meat.
Also known as So Bad, which stands for slice of bread a day.
What is that laugh? Okay, so no sugar, no meat. Is that it? You just eat everything else?
Oh yeah.
Wait, okay, when you say no sugar, how are you verifying that? Sugar's in most everything.
Okay, so no more than 20,
Okay.
like 30 grams of added sugar a day.
Okay.
So you do eat sugar.
So like you're not gonna escape sugar in like carbs.
Yeah.
So you're
So
saying,
it's like-
you're saying no more than 30 like non-natural sugar, basically.
Right.
Hear me out. We had this discussion once. We were talking about good diet. Are you going outside more now, though?
No, I'm still in my cave.
Yeah.
I'm,
We had this discussion where he was like, I eat amazing, but I don't go outside, and it's really my downfall.
well, it was that I wasn't exercising back then.
Okay.
Are you exercising now?
Oh yeah, I got
he's-
in a better like workout routine,
He's fucking shredded.
basically.
Okay, so do you work out more or less than these dogs? What do you think?
I would eat them.
You would eat no, you just said you don't eat meat.
I mean, I make.
He's like trying to shop. He's like trying to shop, and the people that he's like talking about eating dogs.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Why are you being so weird?
He's like doesn't answer. He just
The Chinese people are asking me for some.
Where are you?
I'm at my girlfriend's apartment.
Oh my god.
Like what?
Well, we're going shopping together.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you a question? Does she own any furniture? Because it sounds like you're in a cave right now.
No, this is a apartment building that was built in 1916.
oh wow.
There's our historical anecdote of the podcast, folks.
No, it sounds like you're in a parking garage, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's exactly.
It's really echoey. Hopefully it
Is
records.
this- Oh my god. Okay. I guess if there's nothing else about the dogs, it's just like final note, stupid. I think we're all in pretty much agreement on that. Just seems dumb. Just walk your dogs, people. It's not that hard. They'll like you more. You'll like yourself more. And your dog won't be a fat blob that just lays on the ground. All right. Our next topic is we're gonna move. We kind of touched something similar to this. I think that was on our first or second episode, maybe. I think it was our first episode where we talked about some lesser known Netflix or shows that you can find on Netflix that maybe not a lot of people have heard of. So now we're gonna kind of move away from Netflix and talk about TV shows that you should watch but you won't find on Netflix. So I feel like everybody knows about like the big like Netflix original shows like House of Cards and Orange is the New Black and all that kind of shows that are really popular. But I feel like if a show is not on Netflix, it doesn't really get a lot of the publicity that it might or that it should, I guess. So I think Eric, you put The Americans. Now I've heard of this show. Do you want to kind of give us a little synopsis of what it is and then where we can find it if people are interested?
In
Yeah,
a Soviet
yeah.
accent.
So, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it there. The first 3 seasons are on there for free, and the 4th season's currently going. It plays on FX every Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Okay.
But think the Rosenbergs, all right? You got a husband and a wife. The wife is hot. They're both Russian spies. And basically it kind of just goes into like all like the trials and tribulations they get into, and they get into some shit too. So it's pretty cool. Like if you're into kind of Soviet history a little bit, it's a little bit interesting in that front too. So good show overall. I would say a good 8.5 out of 10.
Is it so it's like a Cold War era show?
Definitely. Yeah,
Right.
like Reagan's in it.
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
Okay. You said 8 out of 10. Let's say I've seen it on like advertised on FX, and I've just never gotten the time to get into it, I guess. But it looks pretty cool. Are there any high profile actors do you know of that are in it?
Not that I know of. Not very high profile, I would say.
Okay, that's kind of cool. That's always. There are shows that don't really have high profile actors, but then after they're on the show, they definitely get some attention.
For sure. And it's cool because like there's a lot of action in this show, but there's also like the psychological side. So I mean, kind of the whole story, I guess, is like them kind of becoming Americanized. So I'll leave it at that. But it's it's kind of a well-rounded show, I'd say. Definitely.
Big Macs.
You guys have anybody else watched the show or heard of it?
I've seen one episode of it like a year ago.
Okay. Any thoughts?
And like the plot seemed pretty interesting. I just never ended up getting into it.
That's fair. Rory, Chris? Rory, I feel like this would be a show that you would love.
Dude, like,
Just knowing you.
I think you're right, because I think I've seen, like, when it first started, I think I watched, like, the first 2 episodes, then just, like, kind of, I didn't keep track of it. I really liked what I saw, just with the whole, obvious, like, espionage themes and the kind of psychological aspect, because I don't think I'm spoiling anything, so they're Russian spies. They have a family, though, too.
Right.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really liked what I saw. I'm going to try and watch it as soon as I can.
Wait, they have a kid?
They have 2 kids.
Yeah.
A daughter and a son.
Were they born in the Soviet Union or were they born in the States?
They're born in America. And
damn.
they originally don't know their parents are spies.
Really?
So,
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
That's kind of cool.
and
Damn.
I will add, Rory, the Soviet Union is your second favorite totalitarian government. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it is my second favorite
So
totalitarian.
that's pretty cool.
We'll leave the number one on Rory's list up for the viewers to decide.
Yeah.
Well, we can actually go to that with the next show right now.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You're
go
right.
ahead. Okay, so Steve, what was your suggestion for these?
All right, so
like-
my TV show suggestion was The Man in the High Castle, which is
Now
also
that's a
on.
rom-com, right?
Right.
Kind of
Yeah.
depicts
It's
what happened
about.
after World War II.
Yep, exactly. It's the girl from The Sound of Music and the man from Mary Poppins. And it's set instead of Austria, they went for a twist and they wanted to go to the land of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which was just ravaged by the Soviet Union after the war. But no, seriously, the The Man in the High Castle is on Amazon Prime, and it's like the Germans and the Japanese won World War II, and it takes place in America, and it follows one of the German guys who's like basically like the head of the eastern half of the U.S., which is taken over by Germany, and he's like the SS officer or whatever, and then it follows
Stealth Squad.
The Einsatzgruppe.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Not,
there you go,
not the Einsatzgruppe.
Eric. And then it follows like this Japanese guy who's like the trade minister in the West Coast, which is owned by the Japanese. And then there's like this neutral zone in the middle, which is like the Wild West, and like everybody there hates the Nazis and Japs still.
Is that like what's left of America, or?
It's the Rocky Mountains. There's no government because the Germans just like would come in and crush one if there was.
So it's like a like a border.
Exactly. So they call it the neutral zone, and it's just like pretty much we're all like black people and like ended up going, and like people who weren't gonna live on the East Coast.
Okay,
But yeah. So but yeah, it's like pretty much like the capital of the resistance and everything. So like some of the characters on the West and East Coast, who are like born and raised there respectively, end up getting involved in the resistance, but that's not what the interesting part of the show is.
Oh, so yeah, this already sounds really interesting. But then there's twist, right?
Right. So the most interesting part of the show, I mean, like the characters, like it makes you question like what's right and wrong. Because at the beginning of the show, the only famous actor in it, like I don't know if you pronounce his name Rufus Sewell, like he's a guy who you would recognize if you see him. You'd be like, oh, I know him, but you couldn't name what movie he's in. He's the German officer. Like you think he's a complete jerk, but then like the next episode, it's kind of like a Jamie Lannister type thing. You'll be like, oh, actually, like, he's a good guy, and he's just, like, doing what he thinks is right. And then the next episode, you hate him again. But, so it's, like, it's this really interesting thing. And then, like, the people who are in the resistance, they're kind of idiots and sometimes. But, no, but the really interesting thing is at the end of the first episode, I'm not spoiling anything, they find this film, which is, like, the woman on the West Coast finds this film, and she plays it, and it shows newsreel, because the show set place in 1962. It shows newsreel of the Allies winning World War II, which
so
did
like
not
what
happen.
happened in our timeline.
Right. It shows footage of our timeline. It shows like Winston Churchill and FDR, and she's like, just like gets obsessed with it, and she's like, what is this? And her boyfriend's like, that can't. Like, it's just, like, faked. It was just created. And it's like, no, that can't be created. So, like, that's what gets her going. Is she wants to know, how a film that shows our world could exist when that clearly didn't happen. And, like, the Resistance, like, their entire mission is to smuggle these films to the Man in the High Castle.
Is that like a code word or code name for him or something?
Well, you'll have to find out who the Man in the High Castle is. But yeah. So it's basically a code word. But but it's like it's just really interesting because they're spending all their time just getting these films to them, and not like say like doing all these like espionage acts of like terrorism or like trying to take the country back. They're literally just focusing their effort on getting these films. So it's like, why are they doing that? And yeah, it just takes some really interesting plot twists from there. Like there's a plot twist at the end that is it changes the nature of the show. and it kind of has to do with like the films and stuff. But there's going to be a second season of it in the fall. So it's like looking like there's going to be 2 or 3 seasons all in all. They're 10 episodes. They're an hour each, and because it's Amazon, it's actually a full hour. It's not like a 40-minute
Right.
quote unquote hour show, which is really nice. But yeah.
So I'm just wondering. I don't want to know anything about like the story, but it's like I could see like Germany and Japan like winning World War II on like the main continental mass with Asia and Europe. Does it ever go into like how the hell they get to America and win here?
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
let me cover 1 or 2 more interesting things. So Germany gets the nuke, and they nuke DC, and then America just kind of puts up like the government collapses, but like Americans individually put up resistance.
Okay.
But without the government, they just can't do that because the government's like, we're not going to just get nuked into oblivion here.
Okay.
But the Japanese never got the nuke. And so it's 62, and there's like a Cold War right now, and the Germans have like jets and stuff, and like today's standards.
Yeah.
But the Japanese technology is kind of like just like what it would have been at 62. But they don't have the nukes, and like everything's fine. But like Hitler's really old, and he's gonna die, and you actually like see Hitler as like an actor in the film. He plays a little part, but especially in like the last few episodes. But like he's really old. He's got Parkinson's. He's gonna die, and like his successors, Himmler and who's the fat one, Goering, are like they think that the partition of America, splitting it with Japan, was a mistake. Okay. So as soon as Hitler dies, there's going to be basically World War III. And like so there's this little Cold War going on between Japan and Germany that's like they're officially allies still like right now, and like they do like they trade with each other and stuff, but like they know that the second Hitler dies there's going to be war, and like San Fran's going to get nuked. So the Japanese guy on the West Coast, who's like the head of it, really wants peace, and so does the Emperor's son. And so the Japanese guy on the West Coast starts all this like espionage stuff with this German officer, like from Germany, not from the East Coast, but from Germany, and they just
Is
so
this,
that's
is
like
this
its
going
own
in
arc.
too much into the plot of the show?
Oh no, I'm just describing all of episode 1.
Okay, wow, okay.
Yeah, but like it helps to know these things because like unless you're like really well versed on history, you won't catch a lot of it until too late.
Gotcha.
To me, everything sounds pretty historically accurate so far.
Oh yeah.
The good guys win World War II, right?
Sure.
All right, so that was on Amazon Prime, right, Steve?
Right. Yeah.
All right, very cool. Okay, so my show that you won't find on Netflix is an HBO original. So if you have HBO or HBO Go, I'm sure you've heard of this by now. It's like one of their newer, pretty well advertised shows. It's called Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that haven't heard about this, it's basically, I think they're in their 3rd season right now. It's like 10 episodes, 30 minutes each. And then it's basically about this startup company in California, in Silicon Valley. Obviously, they're a tech company, and they create like this new, it's kind of fuzzy exactly what they create, but it's basically like this algorithm that more efficiently stores and transports data on like any kind of device.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like the show it's a comedy. It's hysterical. One of the funniest shows I've ever watched.
Really?
They have like really, I don't want to say like nerdy humor, but it kind of is in a way. So you know how like the Big Bang Theory is like quote unquote nerdy humor?
Yeah, but isn't that just a trash show?
But it's really just like trashy, like Star Trek jokes, right?
Like,
and they just like pass it off as nerd humor.
Yeah.
Okay, well Silicon Valley is actually like, I don't know how to describe it without calling it nerd humor.
I can give an example. So in one episode, they're trying to figure out maybe algorithmically or like mathematically how they can, with 4 guys, as quickly as possible, jack off as many guys as possible in this auditorium.
Yeah. It's how one guy can most efficiently jerk off an entire auditorium full of guys.
And it's not just a little combo either. It's full on analysis with math.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
They like we got to match up guys that are similar heights and put them tip to tip so I can do 4 guys at once. It was like this. It was like this whole. No, it's like it was hysterical because they were like dead serious about it.
That's funny.
But it's just like about like their startup and how they like get funding, and then there's like this big basically like a Google type company called Hooli that is like trying to steal their algorithm, and then like competition with them, and it's just really funny. They've got
Is it set in modern day or like in the
no,
90s?
it's set in modern day. It's
Oh,
like
cool.
modern day. They've got one like decently well-known actor. I don't know how many movies he's been in. It's the comedic relief guy from Deadpool. I can't think of his name right now. Why can't? I think it's T.J. something. I'll look it up. But he's like really the only well-known, I would say, actor in the show.
Yeah.
But it's hysterical. T.J. Miller. Yeah, that's his name. And then, so it's just, I don't know. If you're looking for like a new comedy, I guess, and you have HBO, I would definitely check it out. It's really funny. I love it. It's on every night. It's on every Sunday night after Game of Thrones. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, I would say just leave your HBO on for another half an hour, and you would not be disappointed. Chris and Rory, do you guys have shows? Or
I don't. Not that you couldn't find on Netflix.
Yeah, does Netflix count as not on Netflix? Because
No.
if so, then yes, I have shows. If not, then no.
Shows not on Netflix. Everybody knows about the Netflix shows.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell you the last time I've watched like TV that hasn't been Netflix. It's gotta at least been a year.
Do you not watch Game of Thrones?
I do not watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's a mistake.
I have not watched a single episode from this season of Game of Thrones.
This is no spoilers. This has been the best season ever.
Has it really?
It has been very good.
Not even.
Okay.
It's been phenomenal. Unreal.
Did Stannis come back yet?
I'm not. You can't say come back. That implies that he died, and that you just spoiled like a big part of the show. So way to go, Steven. Way to go.
Exactly. Not
I
even
hope
worth
you
watching.
test yourself. Okay, so our next topic we are going to go into. I don't even know. Like, I'm looking at the rundown right now. I don't even know what this means. What is Call of Duty Cold War II?
So imagine a Call of Duty game called Cold War II. Kind of what's going on right now, almost. You know, you got U.S. and Russia. That's kind of where I was going with that. It's a fictional. It's a play. It's a play on the next Call of Duty game because every single Call of Duty game is so, absurd now. So yeah.
Okay, all right. I like that. I just didn't know what you're saying. So you're saying we're creating a Call of Duty game, and then it's gonna be just. Now we're not even going into space. We're actually making a Cold War II. All right, I like that. That could be a pretty decent game. I thought didn't they kind of do that with what was that Modern Warfare
Well, Black Ops 1 was supposed to be Cold War.
like during the original Cold War.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, so then this we're gonna be like Modern Warfare but Cold War. So like we're fighting. Okay, I guess that's pretty decent.
Wasn't that what COD 4 was though?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, because it was a Spetsnaz.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you were fighting like Russian terrorists though, so not like
We weren't fighting the actual Russian government.
not like a big, World War.
Not full on Putin versus King Obama.
Yeah.
If that's what you're getting at.
Which I mean, I think that's what everybody really wants to see, right? Is the Putin man, the P man, fight against Big Barry O.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is okay. So this is moving into our next thing. Okay, so a 16, 12, 18, 24 challenge for everybody that doesn't know what this is. Brace yourself. This is like
Wait, I think you added 10 onto the 6.
oh sorry 6, 12, 18,
Yeah, it's
24.
6.
My bad.
I was like, that's playing with fire.
My bad. Okay. So the 6, 12, 18, 24 challenge. For those of you that don't know, brace yourself. This makes you a man if you can complete this. So there are 4 events, and you can choose to do these in any order, but it's beer, donuts, miles, and jerking up, right? Is that right?
Wait,
You're
miles like running?
Miles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to do those 4 things 6, 12, 18, and 24 times. So you pick one. So, like, for example, you could do 6 miles, 12 beers, 18 jerk-offs, and 24 donuts. Or,
What's the time frame on for
You
this?
have
stuff?
One day, 24 hours.
24
One day.
to do-
24 hours, though, so that adds a layer
Wow.
of tactics to it.
That would be an unhealthy day.
Well, yeah, no, we're not, like, condoning this. I mean, we are, but we're not.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it, but yeah, it's not the smartest thing.
You're giving up a good year of your life doing this.
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
For sure. I mean, I guess we
So-
can talk about our personal strategies and then who we think would win in this between food and alcohol. I mean, I think that's what everybody really wants them to see.
Wow, this is.
What are the four? What are the four?
Oh, here we go. Okay, beer, donuts, miles, and jerking off.
So I can start out with my strategy because I've thought about this extensively actually.
I mean, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So my strategy, I'd go in with 3 early morning jerk offs. All right. Assuming that, like, let's say I get up at like 4 a.m., I could stay up till 4 a.m. of the next day. So that's 24 hours. So like I would get up, do a quick 3 jerk offs,
Okay.
run
Wait,
12
how
miles.
How quick is quick? Like we're talking like in an hour, hour and a half.
I would aim for an hour.
Okay.
Then
that's-
I think I could just knock out the 12 miles running, kind of jog it, like, where's the fire? But run the 12 miles, and then
How quick can you run 12 miles?
see, I could do probably 2 hours.
Yeah,
Jog,
see, I'm gonna say I would do the
That's
same,
tough,
but
man.
I think 12 miles for me would be like a solid 3.5.
I mean, after you just depleted half of your body's bodily fluids, like you're gonna be running low. You need
You're
to.
gonna be
You
really
gotta
light though. You're
you
gonna
gotta
be
have
really light.
Pedialyte for sure. I mean,
Okay.
maybe not Pedialyte. A lot of water.
Water.
So I
and
kill the
Gatorade,
12
some electrolytes. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kill the 12 miles. I jerk off 3 more times because you get like
Oh,
that little.
You're getting that out of the way right away.
Yeah. You
Okay.
don't want to hit a wall and not be able to jerk off. So
Right, and if you drink too many beers, it's
exactly. You
Okay.
don't want to get
very, very
whiskey dick or the beer equivalent.
right.
So, let's say it's about like 8 o'clock in the morning when I get done with the run, jerk off for like another hour or so, knock out the other 3. So it's like 9 a.m. So it's like your average day. It's like your average day,
Your ability to boot here. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a rookie when it comes to jerking off, but I don't know if I could do it.
I mean, you got to believe in yourself.
That's like 6 times in less than 5 hours. Like that's
Oh, come
That's my
on,
confidence.
ante up, dude.
okay. I guess I'm the weird one. I bet.
You could do it.
Okay,
Okay, if someone
so
put a gun to your head, could you do it?
You're done with shit. Gun to my head, I could probably do.
Like no, but like if it was like a hot girl that put the gun to your head.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
If it was a hot guy with a gun to my head, I could definitely do it then.
All right.
Throw a little curveball in there, huh?
Okay, so you're done with your 6 and you're done with your 12. So you got 18 and 24.
So
God.
then what I do is I put 10 donuts on each of my 10 fingers and slowly eat the 10 donuts. And then after that, I got 24 beers, 8 donuts. I've got a good, I can't remember the time range, but I got a good
So you got like
13 hours left at
Yeah.
least. And I could just, go beer and donut, back and forth.
what kind of donuts are we talking here? Like is it like choose your own? Like you can have whatever kind of donut you want.
10 bits.
Yeah.
Timbits. So we're not.
Whoa. No, we're talking full
Yeah,
donuts.
like don't
We're talking Krispy Kremes here.
Okay.
Yeah, or something like that. Donna's Donuts, maybe go big, go home.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, no, exactly. So,
Chris is like, sign me up for this challenge.
I mean, what
Man.
better way to celebrate Memorial Weekend than do it on a Monday?
Man, I'd have to imagine that more often than not, you'd throw up at some point throughout that day.
You know,
I think
You've gotta
big,
imagine.
big time players got to make big time plays.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, 18 donuts, 24 beers.
And you just ran 12 miles. Like
Just-
let's just keep that.
Well.
Does
let's
anyone
get this
else
out
have
there
a-
first? I would probably throw up just from the 12 miles
Yeah, no, for
before doing anything.
For
Does anyone else have a wildly different strategy than that, though?
I think 6 is pretty much a lot for jerking off. I can't see a human being like 12 times in 24 hours. That's
You know,
Rory, do you want to comment on that?
that seems dangerous if you ask me personally.
I think I would do the 12.
You would do wait. So what would your 6 be? Would your 6 be the miles?
No, my 6 would be the donuts.
Wow.
Ooh, whoa,
My 18 would be the miles.
You're gonna run.
whoa.
That's like running a marathon. You realize that, right? Or
Well, yeah, but you don't have to run it fast. And if you get the 6 and the 12 out of the way, and the 12 you can just space out every 2 hours, except for when you're running. which isn't that bad. And then the 18 miles would take a while, but you take it easy.
You take it easy.
Wait, can you
Because-
walk the miles?
No, you have to at least jog. The jog
Okay,
is
okay.
minimum.
Yeah.
So walking a mile takes how long? Like 20 minutes? Probably.
Yeah.
How fast do you walk?
I mean, how fast do you walk?
Well, you can speed walk at like 11 or 12 minute miles.
Yeah, so if you're just not speed, I
Okay.
would equate speed walking to like twice as fast as normal walking, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like
fair.
18, 20 minutes for walking a mile.
Just like Nathan Alexander dad walk.
Right. So
Commander
if you're,
Dad's
if
best.
Commander
you're
Dad's
jogging,
fast.
say you do 10 or 11 minute miles.
I mean, I'm pushing 10 or 11 minute miles running. No, that's not true. I'm like a 9 minute mile running. 8.
You're sick,
Right.
dude.
No,
Fucking-
like a 10-minute mile is like jogging. That's doable. That's
Right,
definitely
right,
doable.
right.
Right. So say you do 11 minute miles for 18 miles.
Well, you got to keep up that pace for 18 miles.
After you just ate a dozen donuts, or I guess you're only doing 6 donuts.
6 donuts. But you don't have to eat all the donuts before you run.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can do it in whatever.
Do them in any order.
Yeah, you can
Right.
do it.
And
Okay,
then-
I got a strategy.
Maybe you
Right,
knock out a
right,
couple
sure.
beers to hydrate for the run.
Yeah.
To hydrate.
And then you have
Steven,
the
what's
rest,
your strategy?
the rest of the day is day drinking after that.
Here's Steven's strategy for this.
Okay. So I'm taking the Catholic strategy. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 6 beers, and I'm gonna have 6 beers, 12 miles, 18 donuts, and what I do is I eat 3 donuts before I drink 2 beers in the morning, 3 more donuts before I drink 2 beers for lunch.
Are you
and then
shopping right now?
3 more donuts where I eat where I drink 2 beers at night, and then I do the miles all in between that, and I split it up into increments of 4. So I do 3
Hey, but
4-mile runs.
You're missing like literally the hardest part about this.
Hold
chat.
on, wait, and then to finish it off, I pray 24 rosaries that I may not get diabetes from the 18 donuts. So that's my strategy.
Okay, so who is winning in this between Putin and Obama? Do we have a
All right.
clear-cut winner?
How about we go for this? So we'll say like first the jerking off challenge. Who would win, Putin or Obama? I think we should go like that. You know.
Well, I don't know because they might have different strategies, right?
We have 5 people
Oh.
here, so we could well, let's assume they have the same strategy.
I mean, but why would you like everybody here has already said that they have a different strategy. Why's not to say Putin and Obama have a different
It's true.
Let's assume they have different strategies.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Putin just pounds the beers and Obama's just like a pansy when it comes to that.
Ooh.
And I'm not saying he is. Or maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Putin's pretty in shape, isn't he? He's like,
Oh,
I know-
yeah.
No, I'm saying
Yeah, he's
the
big
miles-
into the martial
he might
arts.
Go 24 miles.
I mean,
I think he would.
Barry O's pretty in shape too.
Area.
Mario is old. He's got
He's
gray
in shape
hair.
though.
He is doing the 6 miles without a doubt.
No, he's doing more than 6.
Okay, so he's doing 12 miles.
Yeah, I bet he'd do 12.
I think Putin is like, I'm gonna take the Russian way out, and he's gonna do 24 miles, 18 jerk off, 12 beers and 6 donuts, or 12 donuts and 6 beers.
No, there's no way.
That's
6
minimum.
beers
That's minimum.
Yeah,
That's minimizing the beers, which I think
Oh,
that would
yeah,
be
that's-
one of his
I
strong.
think you would do 6 fists of vodka instead of 6 beers.
there it is. Yeah, but that's almost easier for a Russian, right? I feel like
Right, exactly.
vodka is just like drinking water for them. So we're like he almost just like might drink the vodka to hydrate.
But is this American beer or is this European beer?
I think we'd have to give them the same kind of beer and the same donuts if we're gonna make.
Because
it.
if it's American beer, that's like water to Europeans.
Right. So I think we should like find a happy medium for beer, and make them and have them drink the same beer.
Okay.
Well, I will say, I do know that Barry O is quite the beer drinker.
How do you know
Is
that?
it really?
How do you know that?
You know a guy, Chris?
Explain to me how you know that. Chris just got out of the car.
He just won't.
Okay, no.
He just won't explain it.
No, I'm good. Okay, so anyways, so there is they have congressional softball games where like I guess how it is the Republicans in Congress play against the Democrats in Congress in a softball game.
That's amazing.
Woo.
And I have heard by word of mouth that Barrio usually makes a stop by with a 6-pack every once in a while.
Oh,
Does
6-pack.
he really?
Well, for himself.
I mean, if it's a 6-pack of like Bud Light, like okay.
Well, I don't know what I don't know the extent of what
Bud heavy.
brand he's bringing, but
It's Rory.
I mean, if I had to imagine any, I would assume he'd bring America.
I mean, yeah.
One would hope. One would hope.
One would definitely hope.
Okay,
I could also see him crushing some Smirnoff Ices though, but you never know.
yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I think we'd hope he'd drink the America, but I think we would guess, or assume he would go for something a little more Smirnoffy. Okay, so Putin or Obama? What are we going here? Who's got?
I mean, I give it to Putin.
I give it to Putin.
What are your odds? If you were to place a bet on him, like what are your odds? Like 2-1, 3-1, 10-3.
I mean, I give it probably 2-1. I mean, I think Putin's got a decent shot, but I think
Who's got-
I'm underestimating Obama, honestly.
Or are you overestimating Putin?
Sure.
All right, so Rory's got 2-1 on Putin. Anybody else? Eric, you said Putin too. What are your odds?
I'll give him 7-3 odds.
7-3 odds.
7-3,
I like those odds.
More
Chris?
or less 2-1.
Chris?
Yeah, I'd give it to Putin too. At a I'd say a 3-1 odds.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Steven, what about you?
I'm giving it to Putin, and I'm questioning what the odds are. Is that like the chances that Obama would get it?
That's like, okay, so let's say you were gonna bet, and you bet $1 on Obama to win, and they were 3-1 odds. If you win, and Obama does win, then you win $3. Okay, so I didn't say that right.
Okay, so I'd bet
odds for Putin.
I'd bet all the money in my bank account, so $6,000 to 1.
6,000 to 1. Those are ridiculous odds.
I mean, Putin could do it 6,000 times. He rides bears, dude. Don't you Google image Putin at all?
All right, I'm gonna be the crazy one here. I'm going with Barrio. I'm going.
Wow.
What are the odds though?
America. I don't know. 5-3.
5.
Okay.
All right. I like that.
So not great odds, but I think he could pull it out. I think he's got that intangible quality that I don't think Putin has. I think Obama will be able to dig deep. I don't know if Putin has it in him. I think when it comes down to it, Obama's got what it takes.
All right.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It'd be a good matchup. I'd like to see it.
I mean, I don't know who wouldn't want to see that. That's like
Not see all
That's
parts of the
that's how we need to
but-
settle this Cold War electric boogaloo 2 or whatever.
All right. Next one: Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un.
No, neither.
Dude, that'd be a fucking blowout.
Wait, what do you mean? Who do you think would win?
You seriously think this emaciated dictator from North Korea could take on Mr. Trump?
I love how you refer to him as Mr. Trump. That makes me happy.
Supreme leader.
Okay. I don't know where we're at on time. Let's say our next topic. I don't know where we're gonna be. So with Memorial Day coming up, this is the Thursday before Memorial Day. I guess
My phone might die, by the way.
That's fine. Just say goodbye right before it does, so we know that you're leaving us.
All right.
So I guess Memorial Day would be kind of like the unofficial start of summer for most people. Most schools are out or close to being out, so people are looking for their summer vacations. And then so we found this article about Shia LaBeouf. He's at it again. He is currently hitchhiking across the United States, and he's tweeting out. He's with 2 other, I guess, like artists, if you want to call them that. And they're tweeting
I don't
out.
want to call him that.
They're tweeting out their locations, like their latitude and longitude locations.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying to anybody who follows them on Twitter, come and pick us up and take us somewhere cool. Basically, is what they're saying.
Okay.
That seems like first of all, a super sketchy thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a bold strategy.
I think the 2 artists, I think one is Kanye West and the other guy is the one painter that puts the paint in his butt and then squirts it out on a canvas. I think those are the two artists.
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement. I don't know. It very well could be.
We
It
just
wouldn't
don't know.
surprise me. Okay, so basically what I wanted to talk about is if, God forbid, you were to pick up Shia LaBeouf and his and Kanye and Paint Butt, where would you guys take them so that I guess they're looking for like scenic, like undiscovered, beautiful natural places.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all from Michigan. I know everybody's been up north, is what we call it, which is like basically anywhere north of like Midland, which is like the middle of the state. There's like the obvious places that you could say, like the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which is, I mean, I feel like everybody that's been to Michigan has been there. It's a pretty popular vacation spot. Mackinac Island's not really like a vacation, like a scenic spot. It's more like a destination that's like cool to go to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you guys have like a place where you would take them? Or if not, with the summer coming up, like I said, where is like your go-to place of vacation for the summer?
I absolutely, I would stay in Michigan with it.
Okay.
And I would take them to the Porcupine Mountains.
Okay, now where is that?
It's up north. It's in the Upper Peninsula.
Okay.
Like northwestern, so it's a
going,
ways.
we're like going to like Wisconsin.
More or less, yeah, it's a ways. It's in Ontonagon.
Yeah. Everybody's heard of that.
Right, yeah. Most people haven't. But yes, Ontonagon, Michigan, right near Lake Superior.
So that's like way up there.
Yeah, it's a hike.
Okay, no.
Great place though.
What is so special about it?
Very scenic. You can look up pictures of it. It's like there's like waterfalls and stuff going through it. It's like a national park.
Oh.
Or it's like a wilderness state park.
Okay. So you would pick up Shia LaBeouf in Flint, Michigan, and then drive him. I'm gonna guess 14 hours. Maybe not 14. 10 hours.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay. Okay. What's it called? Porcupine
Mountains.
Porcupine Mountains. Okay. All right. I think we lost Steven, by the way. Yeah.
Did we really?
Steven. Rest in peace.
Rip in peace.
All right. Eric or Rory, you guys have a place you take them?
Yeah, I would take him to the places that I want to go this summer. The first place would be Glacier National Park, which I think it's in Montana or one of those states up there, maybe like Wyoming or something like that. But it's got a glacier in it, oddly enough, and I've heard that it's gonna be completely melted in under 10 years. So I'm trying to get to that glacier before it's actually gone.
So
And then
I can confirm that that's in Montana. I've been near it.
okay, all right. You've been near the glacier
Near.
or near the park?
Near-ish to the park.
Okay.
That was
So-
such a vague statement.
I've been near it.
From the Glacier National Park, I would go to the Grand Tetons because I heard that's pretty cool, and check out the mountains there, and then just talk to Shia LaBeouf and Kanye and Butt Paint about their art.
Butt paint.
I mean, that's what his name is. I don't see anything else to call him. Roy, what about you?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't really vacationed much anywhere. The one place that I do want to go is my gosh, I think it's Quebec City, but if it's not Quebec City, it's one of the other larger cities in Quebec. But I think it is like one of or the only walled cities, original walled cities in North America. My dad really wants to go there on vacation.
What do you mean walled city? Like there's
As
like
in-
a wall around the city?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, a lot of European cities are founded, hundreds of centuries ago, thousands of years ago, back when walls were necessary. And Quebec City, as far as I know, was built in the same vein.
Oh,
I was there. I was there for Thanksgiving a couple years ago, and I can confirm it is walled.
Okay, so you were near the wall.
I was in. I climbed over the wall
Oh, hell yeah.
into the city.
I did not climb over the glacier.
Yeah, because you were near it. You weren't.
I was
You
near
weren't
it.
there, you were just
Yeah.
near it.
Yeah,
Right, near it,
Eric
yes.
was actually at the wall. You were just near the glacier.
Just near it.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. I actually didn't know that. That's very interesting. I don't know where I would. I feel like if you just went up north and just drove around and then just like went off the expressway for like an hour, you would find
Yeah.
something awesome.
Yeah, you probably could.
like I know we always, whenever we take our up north trip, we always like talk about how it's just like awesome to drive up there because it's just like beautiful, just to like drive through like the woods, basically like the wilderness.
Hmm.
And it's just really cool. I feel like that would be, I mean, I feel like it would be pretty easy. Other than that, I don't really have any like I said, I feel like Sleeping Bear Dunes is kind of like a cliche, but it's like it's a cliche for a reason, right? Like
Yeah.
climb up the dunes, then you like walk however far it is to like the ocean. Like that's an awesome view.
Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't seen it, that would definitely be somewhere to go.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that there's an ocean near the Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Or the lake. I'm sorry. Thank you. I was near the ocean. All right.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so do you guys have any, I guess, not places you would take them, but any like vacation spots that you go like every summer? I know, especially in Michigan, people have like lake houses or whatever, like family cottages.
I'm a big Charlevoix and Petoskey
Yep.
guy.
Yep. Charlevoix.
Okay.
Beautiful ocean there. Great sunsets. Yeah, it's just a good spot.
Do you have like a family cottage on the lake, or do you like stay in like a hotel, or what do you guys usually do?
We usually go to either the Edgewater Inn in Charlevoix or Foster Boatworks. So either one's a good spot.
Okay. And then do you like go out on the lake, or do you just kind of hang around town? What do you guys? Cause I know there's quite a bit to do in Charlevoix. We've been there a couple times.
Yeah, it's good for just walking around. It's got a great downtown. You got Round Lake, Charlevoix Lake, and Ocean, Michigan. So you got a lot going on there. So I went to this international dark sky park they have just north of Petoskey a few weeks ago, and that was pretty cool. It's like you can see so many stars because there's like little light pollution there. So
Oh, okay.
I would take Shy there definitely.
Okay.
Shy.
What about you guys? Rory or Chris?
What was the question again?
Where is your go-to vacation spot for the
That's
summer?
what I thought, but I wasn't sure. I kind of forgot something to make check. Go to one of my dad's friends has a cabin on Lake Charlevoix, so he lets us use that, and that's pretty much our go-to vacation spot.
Okay.
Something we usually do every year.
So everybody in Michigan, literally everybody in Michigan, either has a family cottage or knows somebody who has a family cottage up north.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way it is. Chris, what about you?
I don't. The place my family vacations to the most would be down south in DC.
Really? Like
Really?
What do you do on a vacation in DC besides like the normal touristy stuff?
Well, we've done all the touristy stuff, so you do the
Right.
stuff that's not touristy stuff.
Like what?
That's literally one of the coolest cities like in the country by far.
DC?
Yeah, there's so much like between first of all amazing food everywhere,
Okay.
and then there's just like there's like a lot of historical stuff that's not like monuments. Like there's like a lot of like historical restaurants and like a lot of like super old buildings that aren't like tourist attractions,
Mm-hmm.
but are like super cool to go to once you've done all the touristy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, there's just like there's always a lot of people there, and like because everyone travels there to like visit as like a tourist. So there's like you meet a lot of people too, like from
Gotcha.
literally all over the world.
That is, I'd actually never really thought about that. Whenever you like think of DC, you think of like the stereotypical
Like playing
like
softball with Obama and drinking.
yeah, exactly.
No,
No,
the
the
city itself
stereotypical.
is so cool, and the metro is really good there too. You can get around the whole city in no time.
That's awesome. I actually never thought about that. I mean, for me, it's like I have like a family cottage up by Cadillac, which is kind of, by Traverse City for those of you who are from Michigan. It's like kind of, the cottage is on the lake, but we're like 30 minutes from pretty much any ocean/lake in Michigan. And then I actually have like family that lives up there that just moved out of Traverse City to Manistee, which is like an hour away from Traverse City, 45 minutes to an hour. And they're actually opening up a restaurant, and we're actually going up there this weekend they're like doing
Really?
Yeah, they're doing like a soft opening. They're doing
Okay.
they have like Michigan craft beer, which is gonna be really cool, and then like they have like their own cook. I guess their cook is kind of crazy. I feel like every cook is every cook story I've ever heard is like the cook is on something.
It's
or,
insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be kind of interesting. We get to meet him. But I mean, I've got a big family, so we always go up north a couple weekends a year, or a couple weekends during the summer, and we have like a big family cottage up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of fun. All right, what is our last thing? Oh, our last thing. We're gonna try something new this week. So Twitter has this moments thing. I don't know how often we're gonna do this. It's gonna kind of depend on. I haven't really looked that closely at it, so hopefully this doesn't just bomb. But we're just gonna kind of go through some of the Twitter moments and see what's happening in the Twitterverse, and then kind of comment on stuff. So I'm looking at the Today section.
There are some quality ones.
Okay, the first thing I'm looking at is spelling bee bro hits the dab.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Let's just agree right now that should be the last dab by any human in history.
like,
That'd be a good one to end out on, you know?
He made it to the final 10 in the spelling bee. He had a hard dab as he finished the word.
Like he spelled the word,
Wait,
knowing
really?
that if he got it right, he'd go into the final 10. Am I correct in understanding?
Yes, that is what happened. And
And then
as soon as he found out he got it,
And then he dabbed.
So I'm on
Those
Twitter
go-
right now. Where are you guys looking at this?
If you go to Moments, which is right next to your home, it's like at the top right, or top left, you got Home, and then to the left, to the right of it is Moments, a little lightning bolt.
I'll find it somehow.
But yeah, no, I agree with Eric. Dads need to be done. There's never again should any person ever dab.
Does it say what the word was?
It
Oh,
does not say what the word was.
Um,
And then the other one that I thought would be worth mentioning, as I know we have a few rap fans in here, is that Gucci Mane out of prison
He's
now.
free, man.
He is
Free
free.
Gucci.
He's free.
So I don't know if he has been in jail several times, but he was definitely in jail my senior year of high school, which was about 4 years ago. So
Give or
I'm
take
guessing
10.
he wasn't in jail for 4 years, but I could be wrong.
It says right here he was originally sentenced to 39 months in 2014 after pleading guilty to firearm possession. The judge gave him early release for time served. So he's been in jail since 2014 and he got out early, basically.
Okay.
Huh.
Sorry, I got my dates wrong. So it was 10 years ago, not 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I saw, so this is just, I don't even, like we were talking about this before, but Bernie Sanders came out to a DMX song at his rally in Lancaster, California today. I'm trying to find.
There we go. There we go. That sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone's gonna know what's going
Okay,
on.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Okay, so he came out to Where the Hood At.
Where the hood at? Yeah.
I personally would probably walk out to Rough Riders Anthem,
Yeah.
or X Gonna Give It to You, if I was to
Yep.
walk out in a DMX song and I was a presidential candidate. But that's just me.
I was gonna say bold play by Bernie choosing a DMX song. I know Democrats are usually the more friendly party to LGBT interests and activists, and DMX, as far as I know, pretty notable. What's the term I'm looking for? He's pretty
Anti-gay?
pretty anti-gay as far as the lyrics go.
Okay.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, thinking about his lyrics, you are
They're
right.
pretty bad.
Okay, so the next thing, did you guys see this water bottle flipping kid?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
he's from North
so
Carolina, I
funny.
believe.
Literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like,
It's
why is
so
why
funny.
is this why is this
What's it
why
called?
is it a thing? Okay, Rory. Essentially,
I don't
like
know.
you don't need to watch it. So there's this talent show, and this
Yep.
kid walks out onto the stage, and he like does like kind of like a little dance deal.
wait,
And he's
here
got
we go.
a water bottle in his hand. Yeah,
We watched
and he
it.
literally just lifts the water bottle up, and the crowd goes insane. Like the crowd loses their minds. Like it was clearly like pre-planned, so that makes it kind of funny. I'll just let you watch it, but we can get through
I'm
it.
watching it right now.
If for anybody that's listening to the show that hasn't seen this, don't look it up. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Fuck you, dude. You have no sense of humor.
No,
It's all
it's funny, but it's so stupid. It's
Yeah.
like it would be something we should have done in high school. I guess that's kind of why I'm mad. That
Dude, if
After
he did-
school talk show, yeah.
Could you imagine if he didn't hit that flip? Just what would you do?
Oh jeez, what else we got? I'm trying to find something else. I keep seeing this stupid dad kid in it.
So there is one article about a guy losing a bet and getting a butt tattoo of the NHL commissioner, who kind of looks like a
Oh no,
like
he's
a
a gremlin.
snively little
Oh no.
Putin-looking guy almost.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He is not an attractive human being.
So
Not good.
that begs a question: what would be the last face that you'd want to get put on your butt?
Hillary Clinton.
Like the last thing? Oh, that was quick.
Pretty quick.
That was Rory's thought about this before.
Can you
I was
call me?
thinking Rosie O'Donnell myself.
Hey, I'm gonna go Adolf. I'm gonna say I would Hitler's face.
Well, I don't know about
Now
that.
you're making us look bad.
No, but how do
Yeah.
you explain that?
Well,
if
that
some-
one, I mean,
I mean, Roy, how do you explain it?
I don't know, man. So I mean, it really depends on who you're talking to. So if you're talking to someone who's not into the whole Hitler butt tattoo, you go, "Whoa, what is that? How did that get there? What?"
He's really surprised. I got way
What
too
is-
drunk last night.
What is that? I don't
Anything
know.
about a Hitler butt
Hitler. No, it's Charlie Chaplin is my favorite actor. It's Charlie Chaplin.
the artist didn't have enough ink to give him the little bowler hat, so it just looks like Hitler. Chris, who do you? Chris,
With
you're
the tattoo has the arm up and everything.
Yeah, it's not just the head. The guy, the artist went crazy and did like full body. Body Hitler.
Mine would not going in the public figure would be any of my relatives.
Oh,
No, I mean that wouldn't be terrible.
wouldn't it?
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't want a tattoo of any relative on my butt.
Okay, here's what you gotta think about. One, you're almost never gonna see it because it's on your butt. So you're not unless you're like constantly looking at your naked ass all the time. Like, I mean, you're not really gonna.
Why you gotta be rude?
And then if it's like if somebody else sees it that's not a relative, you can just pass it off as like, oh, haha, I lost a bet, and that's like some random celebrity that you've never heard of. And like so you can easily make up a story about
I
that.
suppose so.
It's like a well-known person who's got like a recognizable.
Honestly, it would be more so that like for my like sanity of the situation, not so much for explaining it to other people.
I mean, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I just feel like that would be a pretty easy one to pass off, as opposed to Hillary Clinton, Rosie O'Donnell, and Donald Trump, or Adolf Hitler.
There we
was a
go.
Freudian
Now we see how
slip.
you associate people.
That was a Freudian slip.
The wall just got 10 feet higher.
Does anybody see any else? I don't know if you guys are looking at this at the Moments thing. I'm not seeing anything else.
Neither am I.
No, I think that covers them.
Okay. Are we good for this week? Does anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about that is not on the rundown? We're wrapping.
Pretty good on
I
time.
think this was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun doing this.
I had a lot of fun.
It was fun.
I hope Steven enjoyed himself.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. He told us he was gonna go grocery shopping and that it was fine that we did it, and then I don't know.
What gets me is just like, I'm like, did he not know like that he needed groceries like before?
I mean, how long have we known him for? He probably did know and was just like, no, I'll just wing it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be good. My phone, Skype doesn't drain that much phone battery. Like, it'll be good for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever.
There's a lot of holes in the stories for sure though. And I'm a little concerned that his girlfriend lives in either a large underground cavern or
she lives in a park.
or like the hangar, like where planes are parked. One of those two things.
Yeah, no, she absolutely is just like in a tent in a parking garage. Like, there's no doubt about it. Okay, so thank you to everybody who listened. If you're so inclined, give us a like and follow on YouTube. If you like this and you think you know other people that'll like this too, share us with your friends and family, and then be sure to follow us on Twitter, and I think we're on Facebook, right? Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, we are.
We are on Facebook. But yeah, thank you for listening, and we will see everybody next week.
Auf Wiedersehen.